Taeyang dragged his feet up the stairs to his apartment. His legs hurt. His back hurt. Even his fingers hurt from scanning products at the convenience store for 12 straight hours. He worked 3 jobs and went to university. Sleep was something other people did. The hallway smelled like kimchi and old carpet. He fumbled with his keys, nearly dropping them twice. When he finally opened his door, he stopped. A huge metal box sat in his tiny apartment. It was bigger than his refrigerator. "What is this?" he whispered. He had ordered a small robot to help with his engineering thesis. Something cheap from a resale website. The box in front of him looked expensive. Very expensive. Maybe the seller sent the wrong size, he thought. Maybe they upgraded the packaging. He was too tired to care. He pushed the box inside and closed the door. His apartment was already cramped with textbooks, broken electronics, and instant noodle cups. Now this giant box made it worse. Taeyang sat on the floor and stared at the box. Strange symbols covered the sides. They looked like no language he knew. The metal was smooth and cold, almost too smooth. He ran his hand over it and felt a small vibration. His engineering curiosity won over his exhaustion. He found the seam and pressed it. The box hissed. White steam poured out. Taeyang jumped back, coughing. When the steam cleared, the top of the box was open. Inside was not a robot. Inside was a person. At least it looked like a person. But the skin was blue. Not a little blue, but metallic blue like polished steel. The person was lying in some kind of medical bed. Tubes connected to their arms. A clear mask covered their face. "This is not happening," Taeyang said. His voice shook. "This cannot be happening." A screen on the inside of the box showed strange symbols scrolling past. But one thing was clear, red bars. Red meant bad in any language. The bars were getting smaller. Whatever this was, it was dying. Taeyang's hands moved before his brain caught up. He grabbed his laptop and a cable tester. The box needed power. The red bars meant power was running out. He traced the wiring inside the box, looking for something he recognized. There. A power coupling. Different from Earth technology, but the principles were the same. He ran to his closet and pulled out his collection of spare parts. Cables, adapters, a modified phone charger, duct tape. His hands worked fast, connecting wires, testing voltage, praying he didn't electrocute the blue person or himself. "Please work," he muttered. "Please, please work." He connected the last wire. Sparks flew. He smelled burning plastic. Then the screen changed. The red bars started growing. Yellow, then green. The medical bed hummed louder. The blue person's eyes opened. They were silver. Actual silver, like mirrors. They looked at Taeyang. The person tried to sit up but couldn't. Their hand reached out and touched a panel. A voice came from the box. It spoke in sounds that hurt Taeyang's ears. Then it crackled and switched. "Greetings. Human," the voice said. It sounded wrong, like someone speaking through water. "Thank you. You saved this one." Taeyang sat down hard. His legs stopped working. "You can talk. You can speak Korean. Translation device," the voice said. "Damn aged. Learning your language from your network." The blue person coughed. "This one is Nari, cultural liaison, Verithan, Commonwealth. I'm Taeyang," he said automatically. His mother raised him to be polite, even to dying aliens in his apartment. "Are you okay? What happened to you?" Nari's silver eyes closed. "Attacked. Enemies. Escape pod. Emergency. Routing. Should have gone to safe station system. Damaged. Sent to wrong place." She looked at him. "Sent to you." "Me? I ordered a robot." "Your commercial delivery network. Pod identified. It is routing system. You ordered package. Pod became your package." Nari coughed again. "This one apologizes," Taeyang laughed. It came out high and crazy. He stopped himself. "So you're telling me my delivery got mixed up with an alien escape pod?" "Yes." Nari's translation device was working better now. "This one carries important information. Evidence of corruption. War profiteering. Powerful enemies want this one dead." She paused. "They are searching. They will find this one soon." Taeyang felt cold. "Here, they'll come here? To Earth?" "Yes, this one's pod left a trail. They will track it." Nari looked at him with those mirror eyes. "This one understands if you report this one to your authorities. This one thanks you for saving this one's life." That was kind. Your species is surprising. Taeyang thought about calling the police. He thought about calling his professor. He thought about all the sensible things he should do. Then he thought about Nari, hurt and alone, hunted by enemies he couldn't imagine. How long until they get here? He asked. Unknown, days maybe less. Can you walk? Not yet. This one is injured. Healing but slow. Taeyang looked at his tiny apartment. He looked at the alien in the box. He looked at his pile of textbooks about engineering and problem solving. Every problem had a solution. Sometimes the solution was crazy. Okay, he said. We hide you. I help you. But you have to tell me everything. Who's coming? What are they looking for? And what kind of signal is your pod sending? Nari's eyes widened. You will help this one? Why? Taeyang shrugged. Because you need help. Because someone tried to kill you for doing the right thing because... He stopped. Because I can't just do nothing. For the first time, Nari smiled. Her teeth were white and normal. That made Taeyang feel a little better. Your species is very strange, she said. This one has studied many worlds. Most would not risk themselves for an unknown alien. Why are humans different? I don't know, Taeyang said honestly. Maybe we're just stupid. Or maybe, Nari said softly, you are something else entirely. The screen on the escape pod beeped. New symbols appeared. Nari's face changed. The blue skin somehow went paler. What is it? Taeyang asked. They are closer than this one thought. They have traced the pod's signature. They are entering your solar system now. She looked at him. We have less time than this one calculated. Taeyang felt his heart race.
How much time?
Perhaps 2 of your days. Perhaps 1. He looked around his apartment. He had 1 day to hide an alien from other aliens who could cross space. He had duct tape, some wire, and an engineering degree he hadn't finished yet. Right, he said. I need to call my friend. And we need a lot of aluminum foil. Nari tilted her head. Aluminum foil? That is a food storage material. Why would we need... She stopped. You intend to construct a signal barrier. Using primitive materials. That should not work, Taeyang grinned despite his fear. Yeah, it shouldn't. But sometimes the best solutions are the ones that shouldn't work. He picked up his phone. Welcome to Earth, Nari. We specialize in doing impossible things with stupid materials. And that was how Taeyang, a broke engineering student from Seoul, became the first human to knowingly harbor an alien fugitive. His life would never be boring again. Jihoon arrived at 3 in the morning. He worked as a software developer and kept strange hours. He was also Taeyang's best friend since university. When Taeyang called and said it was an emergency, Jihoon came. No questions asked. Now he stood in the apartment staring at Nari. His mouth hung open. A bag of convenience store snacks fell from his hand. That is an alien, Jihoon said. Yes, Taeyang said. A real alien. From space. Yes. In your apartment. Yes. Jihoon sat down on the floor. I need a minute. This one apologizes for the shock, Nari said from her medical pod. Her Korean was much better now. This one means no harm to you or your friend. Jihoon made a sound like a squeaking toy. It talks. The alien talks. She, Taeyang corrected. Nari is a she. Right, she. The she-alien talks. Jihoon put his head in his hands. This is insane. This is completely insane. We should call someone. The government. The military, someone. We can't, Taeyang said. Bad aliens are coming. They want to kill her. If we tell the government, they'll take her. Ask questions. By the time they figure out what's happening, the bad aliens will be here. And what can we do that the government can't? Jihoon asked. Move fast, Taeyang said. Be creative. Not follow rules, Nari spoke up. Your friend is correct to be cautious. This one would understand if you chose to protect yourselves instead. But this one must tell you something important. The ones hunting this one are not just after this one. They are part of a larger corruption. They profit from conflict between civilizations. If this one dies, the evidence dies with this one. Jihoon looked at her. What kind of evidence? Proof that certain diplomatic factions deliberately start wars. Sell weapons to both sides. Profit from death. Nari's silver eyes were intense. This one discovered their plans. This one tried to report them. They tried to kill this one instead. So you're like a whistleblower, Jihoon said slowly. You found corruption and they came after you. Yes. That is an accurate description. Jihoon looked at Taeyang. Okay, I'm in. What do you need me to do? Taeyang grinned. Help me build a Faraday cage around the entire apartment. We need to block the signal from her pod. For the next 18 hours they worked. Taeyang called in sick to his jobs. Ji-hoon took emergency leave. They bought every roll of aluminum foil in 3 convenience stores. They stripped copper wire from old electronics. They used mesh from window screens, metal sheets from a junkyard, and even tin cans. Nari watched from her pod, amazed. This should not work, she kept saying. The materials are too primitive. The construction is too crude. But will it work? Taeyang asked, covered in sweat and metal shavings. Nari checked her pod sensors. Yes, somehow yes. You are creating electromagnetic interference that disrupts the tracking signal. It is not elegant, but it is effective. She paused. How did you know to do this? Engineering school, Taeyang said. We learned about electromagnetic shielding. Never thought I'd use it to hide an alien. Your education is different from what this one expected, Nari said. This one studied Earth before. Your technology is far behind the galactic standard, but your problem-solving is unique. You find solutions with limited resources. We have to, Ji-hoon said. We can't afford fancy equipment, so we make do with what we have. Make do, Nari repeated. Interesting phrase. Galactic civilizations do not make do. They wait for proper resources. That sounds boring, Taeyang said. Nari actually laughed. The sound was musical. Yes, it is very boring. They finished the cage just in time. Nari's pod detected ships entering Earth's atmosphere. 3 of them. They were scanning for her signal. Are they finding anything? Taeyang asked. Nari watched her screens. No, the signal is blocked. They know this one is somewhere in this city, but they cannot pinpoint this one's location. She looked at the foil-covered walls. Your aluminum foil cage is defeating military-grade tracking systems. Is that weird for you? Ji-hoon asked. Very weird, Nari admitted, but also impressive. Taeyang's phone rang. It was Dr. Hana, his thesis advisor. Taeyang, where are you? You missed our meeting. And I noticed you borrowed equipment from the lab. What's going on? Taeyang looked at Nari. She nodded. They needed more help. Professor, can you come to my apartment? I need to show you something. And please don't tell anyone. Dr. Hana arrived 40 minutes later. She was a small woman with sharp eyes and gray hair tied back. She took one look at Nari and immediately pulled out a notebook. Fascinating, she said. Absolutely fascinating. The skin pigmentation, the eye structure, the proportions. This is real. You're really an extraterrestrial being. You believe me? Taeyang asked, surprised. Of course. The evidence is right in front of me. Dr. Hana smiled. Besides, I've always believed there was life out there. I just didn't expect to meet it in a student's apartment. She turned to Nari. What do you need? Nari explained everything. The conspiracy, the evidence, the hunters. Dr. Hana listened, her expression growing serious. So we need to get your evidence out, Dr. Hana said. Broadcast it somehow. Yes, but this one's equipment is damaged. This one cannot reach this one's people from here. What if we used Earth systems? Ji-hoon said suddenly. The internet. Satellite communications. Could we boost your signal through our networks? Nari stared at him. That would require interfacing alien and human technology. The systems are completely incompatible. Incompatible isn't the same as impossible, Ji-hoon said. I work with legacy systems all the time. Different code, different languages, but they can talk to each other if you build the right bridges. This would take time, Nari said, and the hunters are getting closer. Then we work fast, Dr. Hana said. She rolled up her sleeves. Show me your technology. Let's see what we can do. They worked through the night. Nari explained how her communication systems worked. Ji-hoon wrote code to translate between alien and human protocols. Dr. Hana built hardware bridges using parts from the university lab. Taeyang held everything together, literally and figuratively, with wire, solder, and determination. As dawn broke, Nari's pod beeped urgently. They found this one, she said, her voice tight. Not the exact location, but close. They are searching building by building. How much time? Taeyang asked. Hours, maybe less. Taeyang looked at his friends, at his professor, at the alien who had crash-landed into his life. He thought about running. He thought about hiding. Then he thought about what was right. We need another plan, he said. We can't just wait for them to find us. What are you thinking? Ji-hoon asked. We broadcast the evidence now. Not to Nari's people. To everyone. Every frequency. Every network. We make it so public that they can't hide it. That would expose Earth, Nari said. Your world is not ready for galactic contact. We're about to have galactic contact anyway, Dr. Hana pointed out. At least this way we choose how it happens. Nari looked at each of them. These humans who had risked everything to help a stranger. These humans who solved impossible problems with tape and wire and courage. You are certain? No, Taeyang said honestly. But we're doing it anyway. That's kind of our thing, Nari smiled. Then let us show the galaxy what humans can do. The university lab looked like a bomb had hit it. Cables ran everywhere. Screens showed alien symbols next to Korean text. Empty coffee cups covered every surface. Taeyang hadn't slept in 30 hours. Almost there, Jihoon said, typing frantically. I've got the translation protocols working. Your data will convert to something our satellites can transmit. Dr. Hana soldered one more connection. Done. The hardware bridge is complete. When you're ready, we can send. Nari sat in a wheeled chair. She was stronger now, but still weak. Her silver eyes showed worry. Once this one sends this signal, there is no going back. Earth will be visible to thousands of civilizations. Some will be friendly. Some will not. We know, Taeyang said. He looked at his friends. They all nodded. Do it, Nari's hand touched the panel. Data streamed from her pod, through Jihoon's code bridge, through Dr. Hana's hardware, into Earth's internet. Then up to satellites. Then out into space. The evidence of corruption, proof of war profiteering, names and dates and recordings, broadcast on every frequency humans could access. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Nari's pod lit up like a Christmas tree. This one is receiving responses, she said, shocked. Hundreds of responses. The signal reached 50 star systems. No, 70. Nope, she stopped. This one cannot count them all. Good responses? Taeyang asked nervously. Mixed, many are demanding answers. The Galactic Council is calling emergency sessions. The conspirators are, Nari's face went pale. They are very angry. The lab door exploded inward. Not with fire, but with a pulse of blue light. 3 figures in sleek armor entered. They pointed weapons at the humans. Step away from the traitor, one said in perfect Korean. This does not concern your species. Taeyang moved in front of Nari. His hands shook, but he didn't move. She's not a traitor. She exposed criminals. You're the traitors. Primitive, the lead figure said. You do not understand galactic politics. Move or we will move you. No, Dr. Hana said, stepping beside Taeyang. Jihoon joined them, forming a human wall. You don't understand Earth politics. This is our planet. Our rules. You don't get to hurt people here. The assassin raised his weapon. Then the ceiling exploded. Another ship came through, dropping people in different armor. These moved fast, weapons out, surrounding the assassins. Lower your weapons, a new voice commanded. This area is now under Verithan diplomatic protection. A tall figure stepped forward. He had blue skin like Nari, but darker with silver markings. This one is Ambassador Hyunwoo. This one claims jurisdiction over this situation. The assassins hesitated. Then they vanished. One moment they were there, the next they were gone. Some kind of teleportation. Ambassador Hyunwoo turned to Nari. Cultural liaison Nari. This one has seen your broadcast. The council is in chaos. The accused conspirators are denying everything. He paused. But this one believes you. Many believe you. Your evidence is compelling. Then he looked at Taeyang and his friends. His expression was hard to read. And these are the humans who helped you. The primitives who interfaced our technology with theirs. Who broadcast across the galaxy using their crude systems. He didn't sound impressed. Explain. Before Nari could answer, another group burst in. These were humans in black uniforms. Korean intelligence agents. A woman led them. Her face calm despite the destroyed lab and aliens everywhere. I am Agent So-young, National Intelligence Service, she said. This is South Korean territory. Whatever is happening here falls under our jurisdiction. She looked at the aliens without fear. Who are you and why are you destroying university property? Hyunwoo stared at her. You stand before representatives of civilizations thousands of years older than yours and you claim jurisdiction? Yes, So-young said simply. Age doesn't give you the right to break our laws. For a moment, nobody moved. Then Hyunwoo did something unexpected. He laughed. This one begins to understand. No wonder Nari chose to trust you. He turned to his team. Stand down. We negotiate. What followed was the strangest hour of Taeyang's life. They sat in a destroyed lab, humans and aliens, discussing first contact protocols. So Young recorded everything. Hyunwoo explained galactic law. Nari translated. Taeyang, Jihoon, and Dr. Hana tried not to look terrified. Your broadcast reached the entire galactic network, Hyunwoo said. This should have been impossible. Your technology is centuries behind ours. Yet somehow you created a signal that pierced our security protocols. He looked at Jihoon. How? Jihoon shrugged. Your security probably assumes signals come from advanced sources. We sent it through our messy, unorganized internet. It didn't look like a proper transmission, so your filters didn't catch it. Hyunwoo processed this. You succeeded by being primitive. You bypassed our defenses because you didn't follow proper protocols. We don't know your protocols, Dr. Hana said. We just did what worked. Fascinating, Hyunwoo said quietly. And dangerous. But also useful, he stood. This one must report to the Council. But first, Earth needs representation. You have been exposed to the galaxy. You cannot go back to isolation. What does that mean? So Young asked sharply. It means Earth must send delegates to the Council, to speak for your species, to learn galactic law. Hyunwoo looked at Taeyang. This one suggests you, and your team. You have proven creative, adaptable, brave. Me? Taeyang squeaked. I'm a student. I can't represent Earth. You already did, Nari said softly. You helped this one. You saved this one. You broadcast the truth. You faced assassins. If that is not representation, what is? She's right, So-young said. You made first contact. You handled an intergalactic crisis. You did what trained diplomats couldn't. You improvised. She smiled slightly. That's very human of you. Taeyang looked at his friends. Jihoon nodded. Dr. Hana smiled. They had come this far together. Why stop now? Okay, he said. We'll do it. But we do it our way. Human way. No fancy protocols. No rigid rules. We solve problems like we always do, creatively. Hyunwoo tilted his head. This one does not understand. Your way is inefficient, chaotic, unpredictable. Exactly, Taeyang said. That's why it works. For the first time, Hyunwoo smiled. It looked strange on his alien face, but genuine. This one looks forward to watching you. Earth will either revolutionize the galaxy or confuse it completely. Probably both, Dr. Hana said. They were interrupted by alarms. Nari's pod showed new signals. Ships, she said. Many ships. Coming to Earth. This one recognizes their signatures. Galactic Council observers. Media ships. Diplomatic vessels, she looked up. Earth is about to have many visitors. So-young immediately started making calls. I need to notify the president. The UN, everyone. She looked at Hyunwoo. We're going to need a lot of help understanding your people. And this one's people need to understand yours, Hyunwoo replied. Perhaps we learn together. Taeyang watched ships begin appearing in the sky through the broken ceiling. Dozens of them, then hundreds, all coming to Earth. All because of one alien who crashed in his apartment, all because he chose to help instead of run. This is crazy, Jihoon whispered. Yeah, Taeyang agreed. But it's our kind of crazy. Nari stood, still weak but determined. This one must thank you. All of you. You gave this one sanctuary. You helped this one expose the truth. You changed the galaxy. She bowed, a very human gesture. This one is honored to call you friends. Friends, Taeyang repeated. Yeah, I like that. He looked at the ships filling the sky. So what happens now? Hyunwoo stepped beside him. Now we show the galaxy what humans can do. This one suspects they are not prepared. Taeyang grinned despite his exhaustion. The galaxy wasn't prepared for humans, but humans weren't prepared for the galaxy either. Somehow he thought that might work out perfectly. 2 weeks later, Taeyang stood in a room that shouldn't exist. The Galactic Council station floated above Earth, bigger than a city. The walls showed space in every direction. Hundreds of species moved through corridors. He recognized none of them. Stop staring, Jihoon whispered. You look like a tourist. I am a tourist, Taeyang whispered back. Look at that one. It has 6 arms. Focus, Dr. Hana said. She wore formal clothes but still looked more comfortable in a lab. Nari's testimony starts in 10 minutes. So-young checked her tablet. I've been reading the protocols. This is basically a trial. Nari presents evidence. The accused defend themselves. The council votes. Simple, Jihoon said. Except the accused are powerful, Nari said, joining them. She wore formal Verithan robes now, blue and silver. They have allies. They will challenge everything. Let them, Taeyang said. We have proof. We have the truth, Nari smiled. This one is grateful you are here. Your support means much. The council chamber was enormous. Thousands of seats rose in circles around a central platform. Beings of every shape and size filled the room. At the center sat the council itself, representatives from the oldest civilizations. Nari walked to the platform. She stood straight despite her fear. Taeyang felt proud of her. This one presents evidence of corruption, Nari began. Her voice carried through the chamber. Diplomatic factions of 3 civilizations have been deliberately creating conflicts, selling weapons, profiting from war. She showed recordings, documents, financial records. The evidence was damning. The chamber erupted in noise, arguments, denials, accusations. The accused stood. They were smooth, polished, confident. This evidence is fabricated, one said. This liaison has mental issues. She sees conspiracies where none exist. Mental issues? Taeyang stood up without thinking. Everyone turned to look at him. Oh no, he thought. What did I just do? The human wishes to speak. A council member asked. They looked amused. Very well. Speak, young human. Taeyang walked to the platform. His legs felt like rubber. Thousands of eyes watched him. I'm Taeyang. I'm nobody important, just a student.
But I know Nari. She crashed in my apartment.
She was hurt. She could have lied to me, used me. Instead, she told me the truth. She trusted me when she had no reason to. He looked at the accused. She risked her life to expose you. If she's mentally ill, why go to such trouble? Why create such detailed evidence? Why risk everything? He paused. The answer is simple. Because it's real. Because you're guilty. The chamber went silent. Then one of the accused laughed. A primitive human defends her. How touching. Human, you understand nothing of galactic politics. You're right, Taeyang said. I don't understand your politics. But I understand right and wrong. I understand that hurting people for profit is evil. That doesn't need advanced technology to understand. More silence. Then Hyunwoo stood. This one supports the human's words. This one has reviewed the evidence personally. It is genuine. The patterns are clear. These accusations have merit. Other voices joined. More council members speaking up. The tide was turning. Then alarms blared. Emergency, a voice announced. Critical systems failure on Council Ship 7. Life support compromised. 300 crew members in danger. The council erupted in chaos. Beings shouted orders. Screens showed a ship tumbling in space, power failing. Why aren't they evacuating? Dr. Hana asked. Emergency protocols, Hyunwoo said grimly. The ship must follow specific evacuation procedures. But the damage prevents normal protocol execution. They are trapped by their own safety systems. That's insane, Jihoon said. Override the protocols. Get them out. It is not that simple, Hyunwoo said. The systems require specific authorization codes. Proper channels. It takes time. They don't have time, Dr. Hana said, reading the displays. Life support will fail in 20 minutes. Taeyang looked at the screens. At the failing ship. At the council arguing about protocols. An idea formed. A crazy idea. A human idea. Can you get us to that ship? He asked Hyunwoo. Yes, but why? We can fix it. Taeyang said. We don't know your protocols, so we won't follow them. We'll just fix the problem. That violates every safety regulation, Hyunwoo said. So does dying, Dr. Hana said. Take us to that ship. 5 minutes later, they floated in spacesuits toward the damaged ship. Taeyang had never been in space before. He tried not to think about it. Tried not to think about the vast emptiness below, focused on the ship ahead. They entered through a damaged airlock. The ship's interior was dark. Emergency lights flickered. They found the engineering section. It looked nothing like Earth technology, but problems were problems. Power core is overheating, Dr. Hana said, checking her scanner. It's triggering safety shutdowns. But the shutdown sequence is stuck in a loop. Why don't they just cut power? Jihoon asked. Because the safety systems won't allow it, Taeyang said. The computer thinks cutting power is more dangerous than overheating. It's following logic. Stupid logic, but logic. So we make it illogical, Dr. Hana said. She pulled out a toolkit. We bypass the safety systems. Force a manual shutdown. That could cause a cascade failure, Hyunwoo warned. It definitely will, Dr. Hana agreed. But a controlled cascade we can manage. An overheated core we can't. They worked fast. Taeyang found the main power junctions. Dr. Hana identified which ones to disconnect. Jihoon monitored the systems, calling out warnings. Hyunwoo watched, fascinated and horrified. "You are violating 12 major safety protocols," he said. 13, Dr. Hana corrected, pulling a cable. "I just disconnected the backup safety monitor. Now!" Taeyang shouted. They cut 3 connections simultaneously. The ship shuddered. Lights died. For a moment, everything was dark and silent. Then emergency systems kicked in. Different systems. Manual systems. Ones that actually worked. "Life support restored," Jihoon read from his scanner. "Power stable. Core temperature dropping." Hyunwoo stared at them. "You just saved 300 lives by breaking every rule." "Rules are important," Taeyang said. "But sometimes you need to know when to break them." They returned to the Council station. Word had spread. The humans who saved Council Ship 7. The primitives who succeeded where advanced civilizations failed. The chamber erupted in cheers when they entered. The head council member stood. She was ancient, her species unknown to Taeyang. "Humanity," she said slowly. "You have proven something today. You solve problems not with superior technology, but with flexible thinking. You adapt, you improvise, you ignore restrictions when necessary." She paused. "These qualities are rare in the galaxy. Most civilizations optimize themselves into rigidity, but you remain adaptable." She looked at Taeyang. "The Council votes to grant Earth provisional membership. You will send ambassadors. You will learn our ways, and perhaps you will teach us yours." The vote was nearly unanimous. Earth was part of the galactic community now. Taeyang felt dizzy. This was bigger than anything he imagined. But the head council member wasn't finished. "However, Earth's membership comes with a condition. There is a conflict brewing. 2 civilizations on the brink of war. Traditional diplomacy has failed." She smiled slightly. "We wish humanity to mediate. To bring your unique perspective." "Us?" Taeyang said. "We just joined. We don't know anything about galactic diplomacy." "Exactly," she said. "That is why you might succeed. Will you accept?" Taeyang looked at his friends. At Nari, at Hyunwoo, at Soyoung. They had come so far together. Done impossible things. Why stop now? "Yes," he said. "We accept." The neutral station looked like a crystal flower in space. Inside, 2 alien civilizations sat on opposite sides of a massive table. They hadn't spoken directly in 5 years. Taeyang stood between them and wondered what he was doing here. The Verithan delegation wore formal robes. They valued logic and order. The Korvathi delegation wore military uniforms. They valued strength and honor. Both groups looked at the humans with suspicion. "Let's start simple," Taeyang said. "Why are you fighting?" The Verithan diplomat spoke first. The Korvathi violated territorial boundaries. They refused to acknowledge their error. The Korvathi general stood. "We violated nothing. Those boundaries were imposed unfairly. We reclaimed what was rightfully ours." "See?" the Verithan said. "They cannot accept facts. This is why negotiation fails. And they cannot accept honor," the Korvathi replied. "They hide behind their rules and logic." Taeyang listened. Jihoon took notes. Dr. Hana studied both groups. So-young watched body language. They had spent 3 days reviewing the conflict. The details were complex, but the core problem was simple. Both sides were right, and both were wrong. "Can I tell you about a problem we had on Earth?" Taeyang asked. Both delegations looked confused. "What does Earth history have to do with this?" The Verithan asked. "Maybe nothing. Maybe everything." "Hear me out." Taeyang leaned forward. "Long ago, 2 nations on Earth fought over a border. Each claimed the land was theirs by history. By law, by right. They fought for years. People died. Nothing changed. What happened?" the Korvathi general asked despite himself. "They got tired of fighting. They realized the land wasn't as important as the people, so they compromised. They shared the territory. Created a joint administration. Neither side got everything they wanted, but both sides got peace. Compromise is illogical," the Verithan said. "Either the boundary is valid or it is not." "Compromise is weakness," the Korvathi agreed. "We cannot appear weak to our people." "Why not?" Dr. Hana asked. "Strength isn't refusing to bend. Real strength is knowing when to bend so you don't break." Jihoon pulled up data on his tablet. "I've analyzed your economies. You're both losing resources to this conflict. Military spending is up. Trade is down. Your people are suffering, not because either of you is wrong, but because you can't find a solution you're both willing to accept. There is no solution, the Verithan insisted. Our position is based on established law. Our position is based on historical right, the Korvathi countered. What if you're both asking the wrong question? So-Yung said quietly. Everyone turned to her. Explain, the Verithan said. You're fighting over who owns the territory. But why does it matter? What do you actually want from it? The Verithan diplomat looked thoughtful. The region has valuable mineral deposits. We need them for our technology. We need them for our defenses, the Korvathi said. So you both need the minerals, Taeyang said. Not the land itself, the resources. Yes, but someone must control the extraction, the Verithan said. Why? Dr. Hana asked. Why not extract them together? Split the resources. Each gets what they need. That would require cooperation, the Korvathi said slowly. Yes, Taeyang said. Is that so terrible? Both delegations fell silent. Taeyang could see them thinking, considering, maybe even agreeing. But neither would say it first. That would be admitting weakness. Here's what I propose, Taeyang said. We create a joint committee. Equal representation from both sides. They manage the extraction. Resources split 50-50. The territory remains disputed, but you both get what you actually need. And the legal question? The Verithan asked. Table it, So-Yung said. Agree to disagree. Let future generations solve it. But solve the immediate problem now. And the honor question? The Korvathi asked. Find honor and peace, Dr. Hana said. Your people want security, prosperity. You can give them that without war. Isn't that honorable? The Verithan and Korvathi looked at each other. Really looked for the first time in years. The tension didn't disappear, but it shifted, changed into something workable. This solution is imperfect, the Verithan said finally. But it works, the Korvathi added. Sometimes, imperfect solutions that work are better than perfect. Solutions that don't, Taeyang said. What? Followed were long days of negotiations. Details to work out, procedures to establish, trust to build. But the breakthrough had happened. The war that seemed inevitable was now avoidable. Hyunwoo found them on the observation deck after the final agreement was signed. This one has witnessed many negotiations. None succeeded like this. The humans found a path no one else saw. We just asked different questions, Taeyang said. Exactly. The galaxy asks who is right. Humans ask what do we need. The galaxy seeks perfect solutions. Humans accept imperfect ones that work. Hyunwoo smiled. This one believes Earth will change the galaxy. Already other conflicts are requesting human mediators. That's a lot of pressure, Jihoon said. You will handle it, Nari said, joining them. This one has watched you. You do not think like the rest of the galaxy. That is your strength. What happens now? Taeyang asked. Now Earth joins the galaxy fully, Hyunwoo said. Embassies will be established. Trade will begin. Cultural exchange. Your species will learn from us, and we will learn from you. And this one will serve as Verithan ambassador to Earth, Nari added. If that is acceptable, Taeyang grinned. After everything we've been through, I'd be insulted if you didn't. 3 months later, Taeyang sat in his apartment in Seoul. It looked different now, cleaner, better organized. He could finally afford decent furniture. His 3 part-time jobs were replaced by one official job, human liaison to the Galactic Council. His phone buzzed. A delivery notification? He laughed. The last delivery had changed his life. Changed Earth's place in the universe. What could this one bring? He opened the door. A small package sat there. He opened it carefully. Inside was the robot he had originally ordered months ago. A note was attached. Dear customer, we apologize for the shipping error. Please enjoy your robot. Also, thank you for preventing an interstellar war. Best regards, Universal Shipping. Taeyang laughed so hard he cried. A knock came at his door. Nari stood there, carrying a container of what smelled like alien food. This one thought you might want company. And dinner. Always, Taeyang said, letting her in. They sat together, human and alien, eating and talking about the day. Outside, ships from a dozen civilizations flew overhead. Earth's sky had changed. But some things stayed the same. Friendship, kindness, the willingness to help someone in need. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if this one's pod had gone to the right place? Nari asked. Sometimes, Taeyang admitted, but then I think, maybe it did go to the right place. Maybe Earth was exactly where you needed to be. Nari smiled. This one believes you are correct. The universe works in mysterious ways. Or shipping companies make really weird mistakes, Taeyang said. Perhaps both, Nari agreed. His computer pinged. Another message from the council. 3 more conflicts wanted human mediation. Dr. Hana wanted to establish a xenotechnology research center. Jihoon's company was hired to build communication bridges for 20 civilizations. Soyoung was coordinating Earth's defense and diplomatic services. Humanity was finding its place among the stars, not as the strongest or the smartest or the most advanced, but as the species that thought differently, that solved problems creatively, that valued compassion and adaptability. Tiang looked at the robot sitting in the corner. The robot he had ordered so long ago. It seemed useless now, but he kept it anyway. A reminder that sometimes the best things in life come from mistakes, from wrong deliveries, from being in the wrong place at the right time. He had thought he was buying a robot. Instead, the stars had sent him something else. An alien, a friend, a destiny he never imagined. And in return, Earth had shown the galaxy something it had forgotten. That sometimes being different isn't a weakness. Sometimes it's exactly what the universe needs. Another delivery tomorrow, Taeyang said, checking his phone. I ordered coffee. Just coffee? Nari asked with a smile. Probably, Taeyang said. But with my luck, who knows what will actually show up? They laughed together, human and alien, friends across the stars. And somewhere in the vast shipping networks of the galaxy, packages continued to get sorted, sometimes correctly, sometimes not. But that was okay. Because sometimes the wrong package turns out to be exactly what you needed all along.